Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and it's not uncommon to see Hakeem Jeffries get humiliated on national TV or otherwise. But when you see who actually accidentally humiliated him, that's the surprise. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. If you're a Democrat and you go on MSNBC, you're pretty much assured you're going to get softball questions, right? You're going to get your agenda, put on a tee for you, and you just knock it right out of the park, swing that bat and knock it out of the park because they're going to set you up to do that. But that's not what exactly happened for Hakeem Jeffries. Now, this was far from a hard-hitting interview, but Al Sharpton, of all people, asked a very tough question to Hakeem Jeffries, and here's what he asked him. He asked him what he thought about Zohran Mamdani, who is the Democrat nominee for New York mayor, an avowed socialist, I believe a communist. They asked what he thought about him putting the fact that he was African, put that he was black on his college applications. Now, he does come from Uganda. He comes from the continent of Africa, but later on, before it came out that he put this on his records, he was asked, do you identify as African American? You come from Uganda. It's a country in Africa. In the same way a white person from South Africa could identify as African American. Elon Musk could identify as African American because he is. To that end, Mamdani said no, he didn't think it was fair. He thought it was tricking people. Interestingly, he didn't have that problem when he went to college, when he could get all kinds of benefits for being African American, and he was just fine with it. Well, Al Sharpton asked Hakeem Jeffries what he thought about this. Is this akin to cultural appropriation? Because he's clearly, by any stretch of imagination, not black. Yes, he's from Africa. I don't know where his parents are from, but he doesn't. Maybe he is black. I don't know. I don't know his whole background. I shouldn't say that. Maybe he is part black. But even he says it would be disingenuous to claim being black. So when Hakeem Jeffries was asked this question, his answer was absolutely ridiculous. And then Al Sharpton didn't follow up with another question. So, again, Al Sharpton didn't mean to make him look stupid. He just did. And, in fairness to Jeffries, he often falls into that trap. Kind of like Eric Swalwell. They just kind of unintentionally look ridiculous when they speak. I want you guys to watch this and let me know what you think in the comments.
Now, a quick follow-up. New York City Mayor Eric Adams is attacking Mamdani over reports that he identified himself as African-American and Asian on college applications. Mamdani was born in Uganda, his parents from India. What are your thoughts on this issue? Mamdani has checked multiple boxes trying to capture what he calls the fullness of his background. I mean, is this a real issue to you?
I think to me, the issue that we have to deal with in New York City, which our Democratic nominee did talk about extensively during the primary campaign, is affordability. And particularly in many of the neighborhoods that are being overwhelmed by gentrification and wiped out by housing displacement, that whoever's going to be the next mayor of the city of New York really needs to articulate a concrete plan for making sure that working class communities, including working class neighborhoods of color, can still have a place in our great city, the city that both of us love, but we know is changing significantly in terms of the opportunity for working families and middle class folks to be able to continue to call it home.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on. I know you haven't done interviews since this almost 9 hours.